Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Legacy United. This is their Beast Wars Silverbolt figure. So in this video we're going to have a quick look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him and how you can use them in both modes, and of course we'll bring in some of the other figures from the same toy line to see how he looks and fares with them. So as I just bring this one back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if I'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And the other is to thank In Demand Stores in the UK, which is where I purchased this from, and they got it to me quickly and safely. So we get the standard instructions, which we're all used to seeing with the same colour scheme. The box is brilliant. He does come packaged in robot mode, but yes, I've took him out already, and I thought we'd start in alternate mode for change. So we've got the Legacy United logo there. Again, there's the artwork. It's brilliant because he's packed in robot. So we've got alternate at the front. There is the full length robot on the one side and the head and bust at the top. We can see it's 27 steps to transform. You've probably already noticed I've uploaded a tutorial already. And there, of course, is the Legacy United artwork that we're all very, very accustomed to. Right, now, this is one of them figures that I've got to be completely honest about. I obviously don't own the original, and I've got no real knowledge of it. I openly admit that my knowledge on Beast Wars isn't the greatest. It's a bit of a black hole, but what I do like about this figure is how fun it is, to be honest. As I say, the transformation process, and admittedly sometimes with the beasts can be a little quite fiddly, but with this, not at all. I also like the fact that you've got, it's not like trans metal, but you've obviously got the metallic parts on it, which, as you can see, hopefully with the way the light's reflecting off them, look really, really good. There's a couple of teeny little gripes with this particular mode, which I'm going to show you in a second. But again, for me, they're only teeny and they don't really, they don't hold much water. It's not a deal breaker for me at all. Now, the good things is look at the detail there on them feathers. And again, hopefully you can see that they are fully reflective, and yeah, they've got like a metallic glaze to them. You can also see there's articulation points at that part there, this part here, so you've got articulation there, you've got articulation in what I suppose would be the knees of the big legs. If you disconnect these tabs here at the side, you can actually move the whole of this, so there's huge amounts of articulation there. You've got an actual look, you've got pivoting, you've got pressing up and down, loads of movement in the ankles. It's crazy. Back legs, hind legs, these do move a little bit further forward, but as soon as you do that, you can already see the visible robot fist. That's my little bugbearer, but I'm going to come to something I've worked out to show you in a second with regards to that. So there is a bit of articulation there, but just be careful you don't bring them forward. And same as the front legs, if you slightly disconnect this off the back there, you can then move this around much, much more. So to be honest, it's probably one of the most articulate alternate modes I think I've ever seen. There's even articulation, as you'd expect, in the jaw as well, so the mouth opens up no problem whatsoever. So the two little bugbearers, or well, not big bearers, that's too much of a, it's not a bugbear, it's just two tiny negative things, is A, the visible fists at the back, which again, if you put at the side, it's not too bad, and perhaps the hollow on the underside. It's just a shame because look how good this looks, and then this doesn't match at all. But again, from that way, it doesn't really make much difference. Now, I don't know if this is a thing or not, and I don't know if it makes it look any better. In my mind, it does. Because I suppose these are feathers, and in my mind it makes it look a little bit like a tail, like so. So for me it doesn't look, no, maybe it does look bad. I was just working out things. Maybe if you bring them up there, I was thinking that you can make them look like a tail, but it doesn't really work. So the visible fist at the back, I don't think it's as bad. That's not too bad. I don't think it's as bad as Optimus Primal with his, visible feet and all that sort of stuff on the back of some of his versions. And again, my get out of jail for that is the fact that I can't see or imagine anybody's going to be posing it in that particular way. For a Voyager class figure, he is nice and big, as you'd expect. This, again, is classed as Voyager, and he's massive compared to that. Compared to Deluxe, there we go, there's the little Jeep there, and of course here is the large deluxe case, deluxe size class is what I was trying to say, deluxe class drag strip, so way bigger than that, which you'd expect. And as I say, drag strip is a large deluxe figure. With regards to the accessories, these are the two that he comes with, so they're like feather daggers as well. So you've got two different cutouts on the bottom of these, and then you just match these up with the wings. So that's got the large tab this will match up. And again, you've got the lovely deco on it as well, and that will match up there. To be honest, I don't think there's much more to say about this particular mode. I do like it, but it's all about the robot mode for me. So let's have a look at him in his robot mode. So we're back and in the robot mode, and I'm sure you'd agree, much more impressive. I'm just wondering on the back, no, they cover the wings up. Now I really like the wings out. I think it just makes it look spectacular. Now you can, of course, as you can see, fold these back and indeed fold these down completely out of the way. You could then perhaps fold them over a little bit more like that, so it wouldn't be sticking too far out the back. Again, there's loads of articulation points on this. It's very similar to Air Razor's wings and the fact that all the articulation points, so there's quite a few display ideas, I suppose, that you can go with. I'm just going to take the daggers off again, and we'll have a look at them in a second. But again, let's look at some articulation. The head sculpt is brilliant. It looks really good. What I like is the fact that you can make out that there's, you know, bits, it's fur as well. There's like fur lines, hair lines on it. The head will spin around. It does get slightly restricted by the animal head behind it, but only ever so slightly. It does ever so slightly look up and down. I'd better correct myself. Ever so slightly it does. The shoulders, again, if you keep the wings out of the way, they'll go all the way around unrestricted. They'll come right out to the side. You've got a bicep, like a double hinge practically, but that's obviously because one's for the other leg at the back. I suppose most surprising thing with this, as long as you keep the wings out of the way and lift the back of the tail up, you've got a full unrestricted waist swivel. It will go all the way around as long as you keep the tail feathers out of the way. The legs themselves will kick all the way out to the sides, further way past that point of the splits. They'll go right up in the air, and indeed they will do the same the other way as well. So as long as you've got everything out of the way, you can see the articulation, the range of motion on these is brilliant, and it's way better than my useless posing techniques. But I want to make you guys aware of what you can do. The knee, again, will fold all the way pretty much up. It'll also go all the way back, so you can hyperextend it. The ankle, this is crazy. Watch this. So you can obviously go down and up, which we've seen, but you've got a full proper rock as well. You can hear that side to side. So as I say, it's probably the apart from the wrists, I know the wrists even swivel, there you go. So for a Voyager class figure, it's probably easily one of the most articulate ones I've ever seen. So we've got the spears again. Remember from the first part, which I said you can put them on each wing, but you can also attach them in the hands, and you could probably, I can't really make it, there you are, that's like a dagger, or like he's throwing it. There's loads of different ways that you can, I say, perhaps display this way better than I can. But yes, you can put them on, and again, if you wanted to, you can just very simply attach them to the wing to give it that little bit more width. I suppose that's probably the word. I would probably just keep them on, to be fair. I think they look really good, just coming over his shoulder. Like so. Let's pop that on there. But again, he has got the 5mm ports for his hands, so you can of course put anything you want, any guns you want at all, including Generation 1 guns, or indeed Generation 1 swords that I've got just happens to be here at this moment in time as well. So anything that's 5mm, and of course everything from Generations. The toy line is industry standard 5mm. Right, let's bring in some other Voyager class figures then, just to give you again idea of size. So this is one from exactly the same toy line, a little bit smaller than him. This is a giant Voyager class figure with some of the least amount of articulation in a Voyager class figure, but looks amazing all the same. Let's bring in some actual figures from the same toy line then. Oh, that was Gears, don't worry, I'll pick him up and he'll come in a second. So we've got Leader class, we've got Voyager class, and this again is exactly where you see where you're getting what you paid for with regards to the detail and in the articulation and the, I suppose, the, what's the word I'm after, the complexity, I suppose, of the transformation process. Because Sandstorm is a fantastic figure, but you can see not much bigger than Silverbolt right there, whereas Gears, of course, is nice and tiny. And the other Leader class, which funnily enough is a Fusor as well, whereas that's easily the biggest figure from I was going to say from the main line, but you've got to class the Titan as the main line and Commander Magmatron, which we haven't got yet. But I mean, look at the size difference there between them. Huge. They all look good together anyway, though. And as I say, what I like about these is the fact that I'm getting to learn more about new characters, more about different, I suppose, maybe even timelines with all the figures. It's just, I love the fact that they're just so diverse and they're so different. You know, I obviously love G1. I love G1 figures, but it's also great for me to get figures exactly like this that I've never seen. And again, the fact that they're all so mixed up. We've got Cybertron, we've got Rock Lords, we've got Beast Wars, we've got G1, we've got absolutely everything. And this figure, I think, is a great complement and indeed an addition to it. So there you go. That's pretty much all I've got to say about him. This is Voyager class Beast War Universe Silverbolt figure. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. I imagine most of you got this guy already because we were quite late in the UK with this one. But again, I think he's great. And if this video has helped you decide if you want one, let me know. Take care.